Hey, welcome back to the channel. I'm Andy. Now, in today's video, I want to talk to you about my bike. This is the Polygon Helios A8X, which I bought about 3 to 4 months ago, and I've clocked in close to about 4,000 kilometers on it. Now, the reason that I bought it was because it was an absolute insane of a bargain, or value for money, however you want to put it. It's the only race bike that I know in the market that it's fully carbon, comes with Ultegra Di2, complete with deep section carbon wheels and a fully integrated carbon cockpit. And I really cannot find any other brands out there giving the same amount of value for money which Polygon did. So this is the very reason why I bought the bike. And well, I know some people might be saying, look, what's the catch? Where did they do the savings, and why is it so affordable? Well, I frankly don't really know, but I think a lot of people would assume that they cut corners in the frame. But I have to tell you, you're absolutely wrong if you think that way, because the frame is exceptional. And I've ridden it for, like I said, 4,000 kilometers, and I am really enjoying my ride on it. Now, the frame itself is a pro level frame, and which surprises me so much, because normally when you buy a bike, frames come in different tiers. So if you buy the Dura-Ace variant of a bike, which is sort of the pro level bike, you're gonna get the top end frame, and then when you go down to Ultegra 105, you're gonna get like a few tiers down. But in Polygon's lineup, there is only one frame. So the Pros, the Dura-Ace version, the Ultegra Di2 version, or even the 105 version comes with the same frame. And it's an absolute bargain. Why would you not get this frame? So when I'm saying that the pros use it, there is a pro team here in Malaysia, a pro continental team called the Terengganu Polygon cycling team. I seem to have forgotten the full name, but anyway, they're using the bike, and they've used it in the Dfour, Langkawi here, and a series of other races around Asia. And well, if it's good enough for them, it should be good enough for me, right? I'm just a weekend warrior who loves riding his bike. Okay, so we've established the fact that the bike is good value for money. It's race worthy. So is it uncomfortable? Well, no, it's surprisingly comfortable. So I think it has something to do with the seat post and the seat stays, which flex in a way when the roads are really bumpy, so it absorbs all the vibration and you feel really comfortable. But at the same time, when you want the bike to go, when you feel the need to be going out of the saddle or to be sprinting, you can actually feel that the bike has no flex, or it doesn't have this delay. The bike feels really aggressive when you want it to go, but at the same time it feels comfortable when you're just noodling along, and that is perfect. Now, do take this with a grain of salt, because this is a race bike, so it is not super comfortable like your endurance bike or gravel bike. It is a full-on road race bike, but it is also comfortable. Now, let's talk about the cockpit that it comes with. Okay, so what about the handlebar? Let me get into a more comfortable position here. This is really awkward. Okay, so the cockpit. Now, it's a Vision Metron 5D carbon, fully carbon integrated cockpit. Now, I originally didn't really like the shape of it when I saw it in the pictures, but after riding it, I think it's really ergonomical. It feels really good, combined with the new 12-speed Ultegra shifters. However, they seem to be a tad stiff, which is both good and bad. If you're sprinting, it's good, but if the road is a bit uneven, it's a bit uncomfortable at times. Not extremely uncomfortable, but you do feel the vibration, especially when you're riding roads like Park, which is notorious for being really uneven and filled with potholes. So what you can do is deflate the tire slightly in order for you to get a bit more compliance on the front end of the bike. Rear, however, is perfectly fine. And because you get the 5D integrated handlebars, it also comes with a Garmin mount ready, so that's really convenient. I do, however, wish that it came with a GoPro mount at the bottom so that you could fix lights or your GoPro, but it doesn't, so I have yet to order it, but I'll probably head to Shopee and find something to attach it on the bottom. Now, yeah, as you can see in the video montage here, you might realize that I'm no longer running the stock carbon wheels that came with the bike, and that was purely preference because I didn't really like the wheel set that came with it. But I mean, that's probably why the bike was so value for money. It came with 50mm carbon wheels, but they were not the best ones, I would say. So I opted to change to the Parcours Strade, which are a combination of 49mm on the front and 54mm on the rear. Now I probably going to leave a review in a future video because I think it's unfair for me to review them now considering they are fairly new. Now back to the original wheel sets. The original wheel sets were 50mm both back and front. They were advertised as the in-house brand from Polygon. However, with some additional research, I found out they were basically OEM wheels from a company called Nova Tech. Wheels which the bikes came with, despite them not being my wheels of choice, they were decent enough, and I have to say I was quite surprised as they came tubeless ready. So there were rim tapes installed and tubeless tires already attached to them. So it came with a Schwalbe 28mm tubeless ready tires, front and back, and that was perfect. So you didn't have to invest in additional tires. The only thing that you needed to purchase was sealant to make them tubeless. And let's talk about the saddle. Now, the saddle that came with the bike was called something Entity, which is again their in-house brand, and I did not like it, but that's very subjective because not everybody likes every saddle. That's why there are thousands of different saddles in the market. I am running a Pro something saddle. It's a Pro Falcon saddle, and so far it's alright. Yes, the gear ratio. Now, when I purchased the bike, obviously it came with full Ultegra Di2, which is the brand new 12-speed version. Now on the front, it comes with a semi-compact, and if you don't know what semi-compact is, that's a 52 and 36 chainring on the front, and for the cassette on the rear, it came with a 1134. 1134 is nice if you're climbing very steep grades or doing very long climbs, but for me, I did not really like it because it's huge and the ratio is not great for where I'm riding. I normally ride on rolling terrain, so I opted to change for a 1130 cassette. Now, to my surprise, Shimano only sells two variants of the cassette, which is 1130 and 1134, so you don't really have much. Now for the shifters are amazing. For the Ultegra Di2s, I think they are very ergonomical. They fit really perfectly in your hands, and you also have the options of the hood shifters, which I use to shift up and shift down, which is nice because I spend most of my time on the hoods riding. And you can also program these buttons to communicate with your Garmin or Wahoo head unit, so you can swap pages. So if you have multiple pages on your Garmin head unit, you can click one, click right, left, or you could probably use it to change music if you want. You can probably excuse me, you can probably program it to change music up and down your playlist on Spotify. I don't know, but yeah, that's what I use it for. So as I said, it came with full Ultegra Di2, which means the brake calipers, the shifters, brake set, the crank set, all is Ultegra Di2. Now, I'm still using the original chain rings from the crankset. However, I'm using a Powermeter, which is the Quarq Dfour, which surprisingly I've managed to fit the chain rings on. And it's actually made for the Dura H9000 series, but it somehow manages to fit. It's not a perfect fit. Maybe you can see it in the montage video, but it's alright. It's a Frankenstein of a crankset, but it still works because I want to reap my power. Hello, kitty. You got to see this. This is a little kitty wants to be involved. Hello. Hey. You want to be in the video? Aww. Alright, had to quickly get changed and I'm in my Lycra because now I'm heading out for a ride. So, if the question is, do I think that this bike is the most value bike in the market? Well, honestly, it could possibly be the most value for money carbon race bike, but there is a new model in town. Now that is the Helios A8X, and that one comes with a brand new 105 Di2. Now, as I've heard, the Di2 105 is almost identical to the Ultegra, but at a much discounted rate. The only penalty that you get is about 200 grams of weight added, and that's like nothing. 200 grams is less than a full bottle of water. So I mean, the A7X might right now be the most value for money bike you can find. But do I regret getting this bike? Absolutely not. Should you get one? Definitely. If you really find that the Helios A8X is for you, by all means get one. So with that bit of confusing information, I hope to have somewhat made it easier or a bit more difficult for you to make a decision. But anyway, I really enjoyed this bike, and if you do get one, please hit me up in the comments and let me know what you think about the bike. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, bye.